Hello there, welcome to Mandoman's Maker Tips. This is first video in the series, and for this one I wanted to talk about something, a very important one, painting and particularly metallic paints. It is very impressively hard to get a metallic look like this from simple hand paints like acrylic paints and such like that, so I just wanted to show you a couple of quick tips on best ways to do it. So these are the paints I use. This one isn't exactly acrylic paint, but it is a model master paint. It is very good metallic paint for plastics and such like that. Uh, it leaves a shine about like so. It's not the best, but for models and such like that, it does actually leave a fair shine. It's a fair quality paint. In general, I'll use this tin paint. It is a very good paint for just general metallic. It does very good at gunmetal sort of colors. The other paint I like to go with is this FX chainmail stuff. It's a very nice silver paint. Gives a very shiny, almost blinding uh, paint job on it. And then I also have the FX Gold. Don't use gold very much. Probably should more. The other thing I use is Rub and Buff. It's metal flake sort of finish sort of thing. Don't really know how to describe it. You rub it on with a finger or something, let it dry, and you take a cloth and you buff it out and polish it, and it comes out very silvery. So here I have some examples of some of these paints. So here you can see this is one coat of this FX chainmail stuff. This here is two coats of it. Now these are on just straight white foam, no base or anything like that. These two are one single coat on a single coat of black paint. This one is just plain model paint with one single coat of this chainmail stuff. And so as you can see, there's a difference in each of them. The more coats you do on a base coat, the better it looks. Best thing I have to show of that is this Mjolnir prop here. It is a stump prop. It is done on foam, so it's a very squishy thing, but it has a very definitive metal shine to it because I put down 3 coats of very thick black paint and then coated it with 3 coats of silver paint. And to mention, this is a 3-hour build, so all of this was done in 3 hours. With these acrylic paints being very quickly dried, I was able to get it looking as good as it does currently, which is definitely not perfect, but under the situation, was quite good. Uh, Another option to go with is spray paint. I don't actually have any very good examples other than this Vambrace I'm working on here. These weathered details along the edges are done with Rust-Oleum silver chrome paint, some of the very best silver paint there is. This knife here, that's an example of that silver model paint. But in general, the best thing I have to show for the rub and buff itself is this prop blaster I've been working on. For this, I simply took the rub and buff, put it on a bit of steel wool, and just scratched it, scuffed it over it in a bunch of spots to give it this very, very worn metallic look. I may have overdone it some, but I don't know, that's up to you. So, to kind of sum it all up, best thing I could say about this is begin with a nice thick coat of a good dark paint. I use this black paint. It's a very large thing. It'll last me forever. It's a very good thick black paint. And then several coats of your metallic paint. Do the same thing for rub and buff. For the model paint, just prime the plastic a bit with some primer or some sandpaper or something like that, and then put it on, and you let it dry, and you'll have your very nice metallic prop in no time at all. So, another thing that I forgot to mention is using these acrylic paints with spray paint. So here what I have here, these very nice, very shiny metal strips are foam as well. For these I did a base coat of this green, then I did a base coat of black, then another base coat of spray paint green, and then several coats of the silver, and then I covered it with a clear sealant, and that really helps give it some of this incredible shine. So, and as always, I wish you the best luck with makering and such like that. So, uh, best to you, and hope these tips work. I will hope to hopefully do more tips in the future on other projects that I do. So, good night, goodbye, good morning, whatever it is for you, and I will see you in the next one.